afternoon, everybody. This is my really good friend, Sophia. She has an online e-commerce store, and I'm so excited to talk to her about, her journey, for her to be able to share with us, where she is now and where she plans to go. So before we get started, I just want to do a quick, cute little icebreaker. Just, so everyone can get to know you and see who you are as a person, not only just your business, okay? So to start off, can you name like one fun childhood memory that you've had?
A fun childhood memory.
Yeah, like anything that was just
I guess maybe growing up in the Bronx. It was always fun, something exciting, something different.
Okay.
But a good memory is maybe going to FDR Park with the church.
What was
That's what I can say. We used to go to FDR Park with the church and have fun, go to the pool.
Okay.
That's a good memory I could think of right now. Good, clean memory.
Good, clean memories. Yes, that's very important. All right. So if there's one song that you can remember from your teen years that you would still rock out to right now with nobody listening, what would that song be?
Obsession by Ventura, period.
Okay. Well, that's a classic. That's a classic.
You said from my childhood, right?
Yeah, childhood,
exactly.
teen years.
There you go.
Like, that one song
by Ventura. We could know every word, every dance, every beat, every step. Okay.
Okay. We find now you're gonna be on Sábado Gigante. Like,
hello, hey. Hello, hello.
That's what's up. And what's one thing that you just can't live without?
I'm gonna say my family and my phone. Let me stop. But I can't live without my phone, but I cannot live without my family. So that's one thing I can say. I can't live without them.
Yes, that's important. Family is everything. I mean, I feel like family is kind of like one of the things that keeps us going a lot of the times, whether it's good or bad, it's like that's what we're fighting for,
Right. Yep. So that's what I'm doing this for. So.
All right. So tell me more about your business. What's the name of your business and what is it that you do?
So I have an e-commerce store on, I just have an e-commerce store. So I basically built up my whole store. It's called Zofiacasa.com. And I have a Facebook and I have an Instagram. And I also am selling on Amazon as well. I do dropshipping.
What's your Instagram and your Facebook name?
So Facebook is Zofia, Zofiah. And Instagram is __ Zofiah, Zofiah as well. And then the website is Zofiacasa.com.
Cool. What was your inspiration to start your e-commerce store?
So my biggest inspiration was that I needed to find a way to generate income without it being the normal way of having a job. I feel like I suck at being an employee at times. I'm not a bad team player. I'm a good worker, but being told what to do after a while, it doesn't work for me. So after I got fired from my last job, it was like, okay, we have to figure out what will work for you because you struggle sometimes being always told what to do, and I don't like it. So this is what kind of encouraged me to really venture out on my own to figure out something that I believed in. Like I didn't want to keep working for people and contributing to their dream. I always felt like anybody, even if I'm working for Walmart, I'm working to contribute to whoever's the head honcho of Walmart's. I'm achieving their dream, which is to create generational wealth for their family. So it was like, I don't want to continue to chase someone else's dream. Like, I don't want to keep working for someone for their dream. I want to work for me and think about my own dreams and my own longevity of what I want to do. So this is what started this venture and me wanting to, have my own, basically, like just create something that I could be in control of, something where I control everything And my customer service is great. Like, I'm tired of this. Like, I got good customer service, but I don't do good customer service with these other companies. I have my own good customer service, but like that was my thing. Like, I wanted to just create something where it was a space that I could express myself, in a space where I was passionate. I haven't been passionate about many jobs as much as, like, I'd be passionate in the beginning, but then I lose passion quickly because it's not something that's like, I never looked at it as a job as building for myself. I've always seen it as be building for somebody else. So it was always just like, I need my own. So that's what started my venture on my brand.
That's awesome, and that's completely understandable and incredibly brave. I can completely understand like your sentiment, because I know for the longest time, like, I've been a dental assistant for like 10 years, right? So I felt like a lot of the times along the way, it's like I felt like a lot of my employers would make me feel like their job was the end all be all. So I do remember, a couple people, telling me or asking me if I thought I was too good for their job. And my answer was always, I don't think I'm too good for your job, but your job isn't like the end all be all. It's like, I'm not going to fall into the trap of, oh, if I don't keep this job, like, I'll never amount to anything. So I feel like that's kind of like a trend, or at least that was the trend that I noticed within my industry. So that's incredibly brave of you. And I'm so proud of you for like having that instinct and that drive to want to step out on your own. Because I feel like a lot of people are scared of that and scared of like the unknown and even just taking the chance on themselves. So
it hasn't been easy
doing that.
It has not been easy, because once you start taking that chance, it really feels like you have so much doubt around yourself. Like, can I do this? Can I do this? Like, even trying to get your LLC on your own, it was like, for somebody who doesn't know how to do it, it feels like, what the hell is this? And then, you have these companies like LegalZoom who wants to charge you $400 just to get an LLC that costs $125. So just the basics of getting things done, if you're really trying to do it on your own, it's just a lot of it's like scrambling, asking a lot of questions. Like, it's not, it's not easy when you don't know. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
But I just feel like everyone has their hard. They just have to pick and choose what it is. Like, it's going to be hard working for somebody else, and it's going to be hard, working for yourself. It just kind of depends on, what your goal is ultimately, and how, how deep your belief is in yourself to overcome those challenges,
Absolutely believe that. Absolutely agree with that.
So it's tough, and I'm just happy that we're able to sit down and talk about it, because that's another thing we're not talking about, a lot of these things and what it means to be like an entrepreneur and start a business. So what were some of the challenges that you had to face?
Like I said, like, just the beginning challenges, just trying to get an LLC, something so basic. I didn't even really know the difference between a sole proprietorship and an LLC and a partnership. So just really educating myself was like just the first challenge. Like, well, what do I need? Oh, sorry, it was mosquito. So it's just like, what do I need? Do I need a sole proprietorship? Do I get an LLC? And then, like, there's not really many people to ask if you don't have people in your circle that haven't done it themselves. So I really didn't know somebody specifically that I can say they started their own LLC, because anybody ever asks, like, hey, do you know how to open an LLC? It was like, go on LegalZoom. So, like, for me, that was the first challenge. Just trying to get my paperwork together. It was just like, well, where do I turn? Who do I turn to? And I just turned internally and just started to figure out what I needed to do. And it was like, all right, use Google, our best friend. And I just, took it from there. And Department of Treasury and Business and and IRS. And I just went from there. But, like, just the lack of knowledge, I would say, like, was a big challenge for me, because it started to really make me realize, like, in our community, like, there's just a lack of knowledge on how to start a business. And yes, like, there's always like, there might be certain people, but I didn't know those certain people. So that was just the challenge that I had, like, didn't know too many business owners. And if I did, some of them are busy, everyone has their own life. So I would say, like, for me, those just the beginning challenges, just even like getting my paperwork straightened out. Just until, like, just getting the basics just straightened out. Like, that was just the basics struggles.
That's amazing. What resources were you able to discover on your own?
Well, I learned how to make my LLC. I contacted, like, I would call people. Like, I tell my best friend all the time, I'm like, I call everybody everybody. Like, if there's a customer service phone number, I'm gonna call them, because if I have a question, I need to know the answer, and I don't want to look through an online forum. I don't want to look through online to find out the answer. So I'm gonna just call. So, for example, like doing my LLC, I remember I had a question or something. I don't remember exactly about, but I called the State Department of New Jersey, like whoever it was, the Treasury, I think it was. I can't remember right off the top of my head. Whatever department it was that you get your LLC from, Department of Business and Treasury, something like that. They had like an 800 number or a 609 number for New Jersey. Called them. Somebody picked up the phone. She helped me out, and that was it. Like, I don't be afraid to ask. Like, that's one thing I had to learn. Do not be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask those questions, because they might sound like a stupid question. I've said, like, so many times when I come, like, I'm so sorry, this sounds like a stupid question. They'll be like, no, it's not stupid. Like, if you don't know, you don't know. And it's just the truth. Like, if you don't know, you just don't know. So that was how I kind of got to my resources. I started calling. I would just keep calling. Like, I would call, like, even with me doing my e-commerce store, I would be on the phone with Facebook, and emailing Facebook, emailing like Shopify, who helped me start up my store. Like, I would be constantly contacting them if I had questions, because there's only but so many online links I can go to as a person. Now, there's a lot of people that they can do it. They can go online and so many online links. They can read them all. They can do it. But me, I'll be like, oh no. No. I cannot read all this. Not that I can't read it. It's just like I need to understand it and I need to comprehend. Because if I'm reading this and I have 10 questions, then we didn't understand. So I need to talk to somebody about what I just read. So that was me. Like, that's what I did. Like, I would just reach out to anybody. Like I said, if I had a question, I'm gonna try to find a phone number. I'm gonna try to do anything in my power to get somebody on the phone on the other end of that line to answer my question, because I need my answer.
That's amazing. I mean, that shows commitment. You were consistent, and like your persistence speaks volumes. Like, you were able to accomplish, what you did. So that's an amazing attribute to have for like an entrepreneur. And I feel like that's what we all need. Like, it's consistency, it's persistence. It's like, things may not be happening right when you want them to, but just because it's not happening right now doesn't mean it's not going to happen later. And you stood the course. So that's like completely amazing. So do you feel like throughout those challenges you had the support from your friends and family that you thought you would, or did you feel like jumping into this, like, people kind of like shied away from this or tried to like discourage you in any way?
I feel like you have support from your family, definitely, but people don't believe your dream until they start to see it happen in fruition. So I had to kind of, like, when I would tell people about what I was trying to do or anything, it would be like, oh, okay, that's cool. And, like, it was kind of like, like I said, nobody really believes it until they start to see the results of it. So, like, everybody was always encouraging. But, like, my sisters, they're the strongest critics. They're my best friend. Oh, my God. Like, when I was trying to do this website, oh, my Lord. It was one time they got me so mad. Like, I had, like, almost a tear coming out my eye. They was ripping my website up. It was like, this is ugly. I don't like this. I don't like that. And I was like, I just worked so hard on this. But it's okay, because I always take constructive criticism. I'm learning how to take that with more grace. But, they're supportive, but I just think that, like, if you want to do something, you got to do it on your own. You can't wait for people. You can't wait for your friends. You can't wait for nobody. And you got to just kind of go for it and, take it for what they say. Like I said, even though I was really hurt about their opinion sometimes on my store, and, like, it made me better, because now they go to my store and it's like, yo, everything here is banging, because, like, like, they had, now we're here. So in the beginning, it was like, I don't like these products. What's the products? These things is whack. But that pushed me more to be like, I'm gonna get it so it's popping, where everybody who I could show this to, they can be like, yo, wow. So, like, that was really their comments encouraged me, fueled me in different ways to just be better for myself, my store, step up my own game, because your family, they don't play. They tell you they don't play.
That is true, but I'm sure it was all coming from like a place of like love, and it's just sometimes it's just like you just don't know how to say things, like, especially when it's like your sister, they're just gonna give it to you how they see fit.
Exactly.
And like with no holds bar, because I get it from my sister also, like,
right.
So I completely understand, but as you said, and me personally, I started thinking about those things as like, well, I heard from someone else, to call those things as character building moments. Because they like hurt right then and there, but then it's like you find the use for it, and it's like it, like you said, it ultimately like makes you stronger in the long run, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So that's completely
Definitely made me stronger and definitely opened up my eyes more. It like made me go a little harder, you know, like you gotta go a little harder than this, sis. Like that's what
yeah.
happened. You know, like it just made me go a little harder every time. So
That's
that's
what's up. So what keeps you going now?
the goal. The goal.
And what's your end goal?
The goal of financial freedom, the goal for my children to have more than I ever did. Like to pay off my student loans. Okay, we can keep going down this road. Like just the goal. Just the goal to succeed. Like all I could imagine, like I just see it in my future, like having so many orders, like having so many people ordering for me. I also see me teaching other people how to do this, me encouraging other women, men and women in our community to just break into e-commerce, break into the wave. Like the wave is ordering online, shopping online, like break into that wave. So I guess I don't even know if I answered the question.
No, you did. I mean, that's what keeps you going. That's your motivation. Like it's gonna be different, you know, for everybody else. Like my motivation for like jumping into, you know, becoming an entrepreneur and like giving myself a chance is I wanna just like change the narrative of like our community, you know?
Right.
Like as you mentioned earlier, like we're lacking knowledge. So I'm trying to
Right.
like bring forth the knowledge that we all feel like we're lacking, and just like encouraging and supporting, you know, my friends, family, and everyone that I come across that, you know, they too can do it. You know, it's
Right.
not just a one-sided thing, or just because you were born into a certain kind of a situation, like you can't be successful and you can't push forward. So I'm extremely proud of you. Like I've seen, like we've had many conversations, like I've seen your growth, I've seen your change, and like you're just amazing. Like I'm just so proud of you. Like you're an inspiration. Like
You
it
seen the
just goes
store
to
ugly, and now
show.
you seen it cute too. You see when the store was ugly too, so
Yeah.
you know it looks better now because you see when the store was ugly.
No,
So.
it is cute. Like you got some cute pieces. I'm like, I'm ready to get my new couch so I can start decorating my house. So like I completely get it. Like I'm so super proud of you. Like I remember like all the different things that you were into, and like you're really doing something for yourself and making a
Yeah.
name for you and starting a legacy for you and your family. So like that's
Right.
so amazing. So if you
Right.
could give any advice to any up and coming like aspiring like entrepreneurs or people that want to break into the e-commerce, what would that advice be?
Keep going. Keep asking a lot of questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. E-commerce, drop shipping. It's not easy. It's not something that you learn overnight. I would just say keep going. Like it's money out there. There's ways to make money besides just working for the man. So just keep going. Like there's nothing that can stop you if you're gonna keep going. Like I only make it was one time that I made 0 sales. The goal every day changes. Now is let me make 1 or 2 sales a week, and it's gonna keep growing. Like as long as I stay consistent. Like just stay consistent and take the constructive criticism, even if sometimes make you a little choked up, like it did to me. You know, continue to take it in because it's good. It's good to hear the opinions of the masses that you know are gonna be consuming your products. You want to know what they're gonna think, and it's better to hear it from your people opposed to hearing it from strangers. So, you know, take the constructive criticism, continue to strive, don't lose sight of your goal, and stay and just get lit. Like that's it. Stay lit. Like do not let up. Do not let up. Like stay on them next. Like that's been the motto for me and my friends in our little entrepreneur circle is like do not let up. Like don't let up. Keep your hand on it, keep your leg on it, whatever body part you want to say, do not let up though. Like that's it. Like that's our thing. Like don't let up because once you let up, you're gonna start to slow down and you don't want to slow down. You want to apply pressure, basically. That's what I would say. Don't let up, apply that pressure. So that's what I would say.
What's up. Well, I'm so glad we got to sit down and talk about this Like, I'm just, again, so proud of you. I'm looking forward to see where your e-commerce business is going to go. I know you're about to blow up and expand. So I just want everybody to check out my girl, check out her online store, Zofiacasa.com. She is
Hey,
popping.
follow me on
I've seen
IG,
some of her
follow me on
pieces. It's
Facebook.
really good.
Oh, sorry.
What was that?
I said follow me on IG, follow me on Facebook. Hello.
There you
Thank
go.
y'all.
You
Love
got
you
an
all.
up and
Thank
coming
you.
store coming.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, Sophia, it was great seeing you, and we'll be talking.
Yes, girl. Thank you, D.
You're
Love
welcome,
you.
love.